All right, today we're going to tackle something that's absolutely critical for every long-term care facility: payroll-based journal reporting, or PBJ. Now, getting this right isn't just about checking a box for compliance. It's about making sure the data you report tells the real, accurate story of the incredible work your team does. So let's dive in. Ever felt like you're trying to navigate a maze with the PBJ rules? You are definitely not alone. It can get complicated, and those little complexities can lead to errors that have a huge impact on your facility's reputation. But don't worry, today we're going to cut right through that confusion and get you the clarity you need.
So here's our game plan. We'll kick things off with the why behind PBJ reporting. Then we'll get super specific on who actually counts as direct care staff. After that, we'll tackle one of the biggest trip-ups, calculating hours, and see how it plays out with nurse managers. And we'll wrap it all up with the key takeaways you'll want to remember. Okay, so first things first, what really is PBJ reporting? It's so easy to just see it as another piece of paperwork, right? But it's way more than that. It's actually a federal mandate, and it has a direct, powerful impact on how the public sees your facility. And this is where it all connects, you see. The PBJ system came out of the Affordable Care Act to create a transparent way to track staffing. Every quarter, you send this data in, and this is key. It has to be auditable. That means it has to trace right back to your payroll records. And here's why that's such a big deal. This is the exact data that feeds into your facility's 5-star quality rating. It's what the public sees on the Nursing Home Compare website. So being accurate isn't just for compliance. It's about shaping your entire public reputation. All right, let's get to the foundation of all of this, figuring out who actually counts as direct care staff. Seriously, getting this definition right is everything. Because if you start by including the wrong people, your entire report is going to be skewed from the get-go. Now, the official CMS definition is a bit of a mouthful, but every single word in there matters. It really zeroes in on staff who have that direct interpersonal contact with residents or are managing their care. The goal is to capture the hours of people who are directly contributing to a resident's well-being. This isn't really open to interpretation. It's the standard for everyone. So what does that look like in the real world? It's pretty clear. On one side, you've got your direct care staff. Think RNs, LPNs, CNAs, therapists. On the other side, you have staff whose primary job is maintaining the building, like the housekeeping team. And that word, primary, is the key. You know, even if a housekeeper has a wonderful chat with a resident, their main job function means their hours don't get included here. Okay, let's get into the nitty-gritty of calculating the hours, because this is where a lot of well-meaning facilities make mistakes. And it all comes down to one simple, non-negotiable rule about meal breaks. Here it is, the 30-minute rule. It's simple, but you absolutely have to follow it. For every full shift that a staff member works, you must deduct 30 minutes for their meal break. And here's the part that catches people. This rule applies whether that break is paid or unpaid. It doesn't matter. The system is set up to track time spent providing care, not time on a break, no matter how you pay for it. Let's look at a few examples right from the PBJ policy manual so you can see it in action. An employee gets paid for an 8-hour shift, you report 7.5 hours. They get paid for 8.5 hours, which probably includes an unpaid half hour, you report 8.0 hours. And if someone pulls a double, a 16-hour shift, that's 2 full shifts, so you deduct 2 30-minute breaks. You report 15 hours. Simple as that. All right, now for a situation that can get a little tricky, what do you do with staff who wear multiple hats? You know, like a director of nursing. How do you report their time accurately? Let's break it down. This is such a common scenario, right? Your director of nursing works an 8-hour day. They spend half of it in their office doing admin work, but then the other half they're out on the floor, providing hands-on care. It'd be a mistake to just lump all 8 hours into one category. The PBJ system is actually designed for exactly this kind of detail.
And here's how you handle it. It's built right into the system. You can split an employee's hours on the same day. So you'd report 4 hours under Job Code 36, which is for an RN with administrative duties. Then you report the other 4 hours under Job Code 37 for a direct care registered nurse. This makes sure the data truly reflects what that person was doing. The rule is easy. If their primary role changes during the day, you split their hours.
Phew, we've covered a lot. So let's boil all of this down into a quick and easy checklist to help keep your reporting on point. Think of these as your must-dos for getting it right. First, only report hours for true direct care staff. Second, always deduct that 30-minute meal break for every single shift. Third, be super careful about splitting hours for staff who have those dual roles. And last but not least, remember that every hour you submit has to be auditable. If you can't prove it with payroll records, it doesn't belong in your report. So I'll just leave you with this final thought. Your PBJ report is so much more than just numbers on a screen. It's a story. It's the story you're telling the public and potential residents about the quality of care you provide. So is your data telling the story you want them to hear?
This informational video is brought to you by your expert nurse consultant, Mr. Betts.
If you find this video informational, please share, like, or subscribe to my channel. Thank you, Mr. Betts.